Archangel Michael says, "This is your divine moment, and you truly have only 3 minutes left, for God is now holding a miracle check worth 1 trillion blessings with your name written on it in heaven." This is not a story or a symbol. It is a real offering prepared for your spirit, your destiny, your family, and your future. This is your last chance to receive what was always meant for you since the day you were born. Do not turn your eyes away from this. Open it with your heart. Heaven has waited long enough. Type 555 to receive miracles. There is a gentle silence in the skies tonight, but within it, the angels are preparing something far greater than any dream you have ever dared to hold. The gates of heaven are not just open, they are wide with glory. God is watching you with a loving gaze, holding out this miracle not because of your perfection, but because of His endless grace and favor that covers you like a soft blanket on the coldest night. This check in His hands carries more than numbers. It carries healing for your pain, light for your darkness, and restoration for every broken part of your journey. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you really love God. You have walked through storms and silence. You have cried into your pillow when no one saw. You have smiled for the world when your heart was heavy. And through it all, the Lord has not looked away from you for even one moment. In fact, every tear you've shed has been seen, every sigh you've breathed has reached His ears, and now, right now, He says it's time for you to receive. This miracle check written in heaven has your name on it, not by accident, not by luck, but because God wrote it before you were even formed in your mother's womb. He saw this exact moment, and He planned to meet you here, in this moment of surrender and belief. You are not forgotten, and you are not overlooked. You are chosen. And this is your confirmation. In this hour, the angels are standing beside you, wrapping their wings around your weary spirit. They are not here to observe. They are here to protect and guide you as you take this final step into the promise God has whispered to you in your deepest dreams. This promise is not an illusion. It's not a fantasy. It is the fulfillment of every seed of faith you planted in the soil of tears and waiting. What if a simple 7-minute sound frequency could awaken a forgotten brain signal designed to pull wealth toward you like a magnet? Backed by shocking CIA files and neuroscience, this discovery is now changing lives everywhere. Think of debts melting away, promotions arriving, and abundance flowing freely. This is the one moment that can rewrite your future, but only if you claim it now, because hesitation will only keep you chained to the same struggles. Click the link in video description and comments below to experience the hidden wealth wave and let your financial destiny shift in your favor today. The 1 trillion miracle check is not just about money or provision, it represents breakthrough in every part of your life. It means peace in your home, healing in your body, reconciliation in your relationships, and clarity where there has only been confusion. It is the answer to the quiet questions you've carried inside your heart for far too long, the ones you never dared to speak aloud. The Lord heard every one of them. Time is moving quickly now. Heaven doesn't move according to clocks, but tonight, God is moving quickly for your sake. The door that was once closed is now wide open, and this message is being placed into your life because you are ready. You may not feel ready, but your spirit has been prepared. God is not waiting on your perfection. He is moving in your direction because of His love, and nothing will stop him unless you walk away. Heaven is so close right now. Can you feel it? It's the softness in your chest. It's the warmth in your heart. It's the gentle pull in your soul telling you not to ignore this. That is the Holy Spirit stirring within you, calling you to trust, to believe again, to expect again. Even if life has taught you disappointment, even if people have made you feel small, God is doing something new that no one can stop. Type 999 if you trust Jesus with all your heart. He is not asking for much. Only that you open your heart in this very moment. Because if you open it, even just a little, He will rush in with all His power and cover you with favor that will make everything change in ways you could never imagine. God never sends messages like this without reason. If this is in front of you now, it means your appointed time has come. And it's not a coincidence you are reading this at this exact time. God is precise, and His timing is perfect. Nothing about this is random. You are the one. Not just someone. The one who has been chosen to carry this blessing into a new chapter. You may have been overlooked by others, but God never skipped your name. He has been counting down the minutes until He could deliver this confirmation to your spirit. There's a whisper from heaven, and it's carrying your name on it like a song carried by the wind. You may not hear it with your ears, but your soul recognizes it. It's the sound of redemption. It's the sound of new beginnings. It's the sound of hope roaring back to life. And now, that sound has arrived at your doorstep. You've waited long enough. You've hoped through seasons that seem to never end. But this is not just a message of comfort. It is a message of fulfillment. It is God's way of saying, the time is now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. 3 minutes remain. That is how close you are. That is how urgent this moment is. All of heaven is leaning close to see what you will do next. Take a deep breath, close your eyes for just a moment, and feel the weight of heaven resting on your shoulders. This weight is not heavy with pressure, it's heavy with glory. You are being trusted with something eternal, something sacred. Let go of fear. Let go of doubt. Let go of the pain of your past. God is giving you the future He designed for you, and it starts right here, right now. This is more than a moment, it is a turning point. What you are stepping into is not ordinary. It is divine. It is the kind of blessing that changes generations, restores dignity, rebuilds broken pieces, and lifts your soul into peace you've never known before. Even as you read these words, the atmosphere around your spirit is shifting. There is a calmness beginning to settle over your mind. The storm that once raged within you is being hushed by the voice of your Father. He is saying, I am not late. I am right on time. This check represents that timing, perfect and filled with mercy. It is not a reward for your strength, but a gift because of your surrender. You do not have to strive to earn it. You only need to open your heart and receive it with trust and humility. You may have wondered why things were delayed. Why your prayers seemed unanswered. Why the doors remained shut despite your fasting, your tears, your hope. But today, heaven is revealing that nothing was denied, only delayed, because the weight of this blessing required the full preparation of your soul. And now, finally, you are ready. Not because you did everything right, but because you never stopped walking. You never stopped believing, even when the flame was small. Stay until the last word, for this message carries a blessing meant for you alone. This miracle check is not printed with ink. It is engraved with glory. It holds the authority of God's voice, the same voice that spoke creation into existence. That voice is now declaring restoration over your life. It is declaring healing where pain once lived. It is calling your name in rooms you have not yet walked into, preparing opportunities, favor, and provision that will overflow from your life and touch others around you. Type 1010 to affirm that God's timing is perfect. The enemy tried to convince you that your best days were behind you. He whispered that you missed your moment. He told you that the delay was denial. But he was wrong. He did not have the final say. God was silent because he was working. And now he is speaking, clearly, without confusion. He is saying, the wait is over. My hand is stretched toward you. This is your final invitation. Take what I have written for you. And this time, it is not just for survival, it is for joy. It is for peace. It is for restoration. The days of scraping for answers are coming to an end. You are entering the days of overflow, where peace pours over you like sunlight through open windows. The nights of weeping are turning into mornings filled with gladness that cannot be taken from you. The loss, the betrayal, the silent seasons, they are all giving way to the light that is now coming upon your life. The 1 trillion miracle check is not fiction. It is not symbolic. It is the very real promise of God's provision, written in a spiritual language your heart understands even when your mind does not. You might not know how it will come, or from where, but you do not need to. You only need to know who it is coming from, and that is the God who has never failed, not even once. He is the same God who rescued, healed, forgave, and restored all who trusted him before you, and he is not changing now. What if the missing piece to financial success wasn't luck, but a hidden frequency inside your brain waiting to be switched on? Once activated, this ancient signal unleashes waves of prosperity, opening doors to opportunities you never thought possible. From sudden windfalls to long-awaited breakthroughs, it's transforming lives daily. Want to see how? Click the link in the video description and comments below to tap into the Money Magnet brain wave and begin your journey today. Others are already awakening this hidden signal and watching their lives transform. Do not be the one left behind while abundance passes you by. What you're receiving today is not just a blessing, it is a shift in your entire atmosphere. You will begin to feel lighter. You will begin to see clearer. You will begin to attract grace, because the favor that comes from the Lord makes your name known in places where your feet have not even stepped yet. He is sending angels ahead of you. He is aligning people, plans, and purposes to carry you into a season where struggle becomes strength, and waiting turns into walking. There are miracles waiting to be released the moment your heart says yes to this call. Some of them are healing miracles for your body. Some are financial blessings that will remove burdens. Some are reunions and reconciliations that will mend broken hearts. And some are quiet transformations within your soul, the kind of change no one sees but you always hoped for. They are all written into this check. And your name is still there. It hasn't faded. God never removed it. This is not the time to look back. Not the time to replay the old memories of what went wrong. This is the moment to breathe in the new air of what's going right. The pain you experienced was real. The rejection, the silence, the confusion, it was real. But so is this moment. So is this miracle. And so is this love. What God is placing in your life now is greater than anything that was taken. It is more powerful than any delay or disappointment you had to carry. And this time, you will not carry it alone. Heaven is rejoicing already. Not because of the check alone, but because you are finally saying yes with your whole heart. That yes is the key. That yes unlocks the floodgates. That yes gives God the space He has waited so patiently for. It is not about what you can give to Him. It is about what you will allow Him to give to you. The 1 trillion miracle check is no longer a distant promise, it is now hovering over your life, glowing with the light of God's mercy, vibrating with the sound of answered prayers, and dripping with the oil of healing, restoration, and divine provision. You have been chosen not just to witness it, but to receive it fully, deeply, and permanently into your life. Type 1111 if you believe heaven is listening. This is not a moment that you can afford to pass by. The Spirit of God is moving with urgency, not to pressure you, but to rescue you from a cycle that was never meant to hold you. You've survived years where everything felt delayed, where hope was thin, and joy was fragile. But now, the divine transaction is taking place. God is handing you something that carries eternal significance, something that cannot be stolen, reduced, or lost. What is written on this check has already been confirmed in the courts of heaven. You may not feel qualified. You may still be carrying burdens you've never spoken out loud. But God is not asking for your perfection. He is offering you His. He is lifting you above your past, above the fears that once gripped your chest, and above the voices that tried to convince you that this was not for you. He is silencing every lie with the truth of His promise, and He is wrapping His Spirit around you like a soft garment that covers every weakness with strength and grace. The clock in heaven does not tick like the clocks of the world, but even so, there are divine moments where everything changes, and this is one of them. A heavenly countdown is underway, and each breath you take draws you closer to a shift so massive, your future will no longer look anything like your past. The door is opening. The light is breaking in. The blessing is descending. And you, beloved, are standing right in the center of it. This check is not empty. It carries the weight of your prayers, your tears, your hidden faith, and the times you trusted God even when everything around you told you to give up. It holds healing for the sickness you've whispered about in the night. It holds provision for the dreams you shelved long ago. It holds answers to questions you carried since childhood, and it holds joy for the areas of your life that felt too dry to bloom again. And this isn't just a personal blessing, it's generational. What is being released into your life will ripple through your family, your bloodline, your home. It will touch the lives of those who doubted you. It will restore the dignity you thought you lost. It will return the years you cried over, the time you thought was wasted, and the dreams you believed were too late. This is not about starting over, it's about starting right where God always intended. There are angels right now carrying this miracle check into the atmosphere of your life. They are not just standing nearby, they are moving with power and precision. They are pushing back spiritual resistance. They are breaking chains that were passed down. They are creating space around you so that nothing blocks what God has written with His own hand. And He has written it in permanent ink. No voice of doubt can erase it. No past mistake can cancel it. No delay can undo it. You've come too far to turn away now. You've held on when you were tired, and heaven has counted every moment of your endurance. Every time you forgave, every time you kept going, every time you whispered, "God, I trust you," even with tears in your eyes, that was your preparation. That was your sowing. And now, this check is the harvest. It is not just what you're receiving. It's what you've been owed by grace, multiplied beyond measure. The air around you is sacred now. Something is shifting even as you read. You are no longer standing in yesterday. You are standing in divine alignment, and the path ahead is not filled with confusion, it is paved with clarity, favor, and new beginnings. The Spirit of the Lord is going before you, making crooked paths straight, turning deserts into gardens, and writing a new chapter so full of light that it will outshine every dark page before it. Type 1313 to affirm strength through the Lord. There is a joy beginning to rise within you. Maybe it feels faint, maybe it feels unfamiliar, but it's real. That joy is not random, it is spiritual confirmation that something holy is unfolding. God is touching your life in places that no one else sees. He is filling the empty spaces with His peace. He is breathing on the embers of your hope and turning them into a flame that cannot be quenched by fear, doubt, or delay ever again. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brainwave and start attracting wealth right now. You have been guided to this message for a reason, and if you turn away, the chance may not return. This is your time to step in. You were not created to live in lack. You were not destined for confusion. You were born with purpose, chosen by love, and surrounded by grace. That's what this check represents. It's the signature of heaven on your life, the stamp of God's approval, and the announcement that everything you've walked through is leading you to everything you've prayed for. The time is almost here. The countdown is almost over. The miracle is no longer waiting in the distance. It is resting over your life like morning dew, settling quietly but completely. The peace you are feeling right now is the first touch of what's coming. The weight of this miracle is greater than anything your mind can fully understand, but your spirit already knows. It has waited for this. It has longed for this confirmation. And now, at the edge of all you thought was possible, the impossible is becoming real. You are not standing at the end. You are standing at the beginning. A beginning so divine, so full of God's favor, that even the losses you suffered will look different in the light of what He is giving to you now. There are some blessings that take years to reach the surface because God was growing the roots deep. That's what He did in your life. He dug deep into your soul, watered it through your tears, and protected the growth even when you couldn't see it happening. Now, the roots are ready to burst into bloom, and this check is the evidence of it all. Type Amen if you trust God's plan, and share this video with 5 people to receive abundant blessings and life-changing miracles. This is not a reward for having it all together. It is not a gift for the perfect. This is God's grace flowing through your life because you didn't give up. You kept walking. You kept waking up. You kept speaking His name even when your voice trembled. You loved when it was hard. You forgave when it felt unfair. You trusted even when you had no signs. Heaven saw every single moment of your quiet faith, and God wrote your name on this check because He was always watching with love. He is not blessing you because you never broke, He is blessing you because you broke and still reached for Him. You cried and still believed. You bled and still worshipped. That kind of faith moves heaven. That kind of endurance carries weight in the Spirit. And now, the response is here. It is not a whisper. It is not a maybe. It is a loud yes from the throne of God. This check is that yes written in light and glory, and it has found you. There are angels clearing the path in front of you right now. You may not see them, but they are there, removing spiritual roadblocks, cutting off the cords that tried to hold you back, and creating supernatural room for what's coming next. The way forward is not being built by human hands. It is being carved by heaven, and it is perfectly designed for your feet to walk in peace, with favor on every side and miracles following you with every step. The enemy tried to distract you at the final hour, but he has lost again. His lies have no power over this moment. His attempts to delay you have been crushed under the weight of God's timing. You are being lifted out of the space where confusion reigned. You are being pulled into clarity, into calm, into certainty. The check is not just in God's hands, it's now being placed into yours. But He's giving it slowly, gently, because this miracle is holy, and it's meant to be received with reverence and quiet trust. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. Let your soul rest now. The striving is over. The panic can end. You no longer need to wonder how things will work out, or when relief will come. It has come. You are in the hour of your release, and everything that was delayed is being accelerated in your favor. What once looked impossible is now going to happen so quickly, so quietly, so completely, that you will be overwhelmed, not by fear, but by gratitude. You will say, "Only God could have done this." The check may carry a heavenly amount, but the real miracle is not in the number. It's in the shift. The way this blessing will move through your life, restore your soul, and pour into areas that were once filled with pain, that's where the miracle lives. It will show up in the calmness you'll feel where there used to be anxiety. It will appear in the strength you'll feel in your voice when you speak up again. It will live in the love that begins to return to your heart, warming places that were once frozen with fear and loneliness. You are not late to your destiny. You are right on time for God's perfect move. And this time, no one can steal it. No one can speak against it. No one can stop it. This miracle check has your name on it, and your name alone. You do not need to compete. You do not need to compare. Heaven has made space for your blessing and yours alone. What's yours is protected. What's written for you cannot be erased. You've been faithful in secret. Now, God is going to reward you in the open. You've planted prayers in the dark. Now, you will harvest blessings in the light. Every moment you chose to believe, even when no one else did, those moments were not forgotten. They have become the foundation upon which God is now building something eternal, something beautiful, something that will carry you into seasons you thought you had missed forever. The sky above you is no longer holding back. The clouds of delay are breaking apart. The rain of favor is beginning to fall. And just like soil receives water without effort, your life is now open to receive everything God has already written. Do not hold back. Do not second-guess this. This is not wishful thinking. This is not just a message. This is your confirmation, written in love, sealed in heaven, and delivered with fire. The 1 trillion miracle check that God has been holding in His hand for you is no longer just a heavenly vision. It is becoming your reality. The moment your spirit opened itself in quiet surrender, heaven responded with more power than your eyes could see. Right now, something divine is resting over your name, and all of heaven is rejoicing because you are finally stepping into what was always yours. This is not a message of someday. This is not a promise that floats in a distant future. It is a message of now. It is the sound of doors opening, shackles falling, and your heart waking up to a life that no longer carries the weight of waiting, lack, or limitation. What was once locked up is now being delivered. What felt so far away is now at your doorstep. The Spirit of the Lord has removed the delay and is saying, walk forward. It's already been released. You don't have to earn this. You don't have to chase this. You only need to breathe it in and let it rest on you. You were created to carry favor. You were designed to be trusted with blessing. You were never meant to suffer in cycles without peace. You were not placed on this earth to just survive. God created you with purpose, wrapped in promise, and covered in grace. This check is proof that your purpose is still active, your future is still unfolding, and your name is still written in God's plans. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul today. There is no noise in heaven, only peace. And that peace is now flowing into the center of your life. You are about to experience days where things will align with such ease that you will feel like you're living in a dream. But it won't be a dream. It will be the harvest. The season of release. The days of heaven touching earth just for you. People who once walked away will see the hand of God over you and wonder how you endured. But you'll know. You'll remember the prayers, the pain, the silence, and you'll smile because you never walked through it alone. This is not just a check filled with material blessings. This is a spiritual shift. It is God lifting the weight from your shoulders and saying, "You've carried enough. Let me carry you now." This blessing will not come with pressure. It will come with peace. It will not drain you. It will fill you. It will not ask you to prove yourself. It will ask you to rest in the proof of God's faithfulness. And through that rest, you will rise. You may feel something stirring inside your chest right now. That's the confirmation. That's the Spirit whispering, it's safe to believe again. You don't need to protect yourself from disappointment anymore. God is not teasing you. He is not placing a blessing in front of you to take it away. He is placing it in front of you so you can finally hold it. This moment is about trust, not in yourself, but in Him. And He has never failed. There are miracles hidden inside this check that will show up one by one. Some will appear quietly, through phone calls that restore broken bonds. Some will come through opportunities that seem too good to be true. Some will show up as peace in your body, healing in your soul, and clarity in your steps. Some will arrive in whispers, God's voice nudging you to places you didn't plan, only to find favor waiting for you there. Heaven is opening space for your restoration. It is creating distance between you and your past. The pain that used to define your days will no longer be your story. The ache that settled in your bones is being lifted. And the confusion that once filled your prayers is being replaced by clear direction. God is not only answering your heart, He is speaking life into it. He is speaking truth into places where lies once lived. And this time, His word is final. You are not forgotten. You are not one of many. You are seen, loved, named, and chosen. This miracle is not just God's way of helping you, it's His way of celebrating you. It's His way of saying, I still believe in what I placed inside you. I still believe in your calling, your voice, your destiny. And I am bringing it back to life. What's ahead will not look like what's behind you. The shame you carried silently is dissolving. The regret that held you hostage is losing its grip. The sorrow that used to visit you in the quiet of night is being turned into songs of joy that will rise from your soul like sunlight rising over the ocean. This isn't just recovery. This is redemption. The kind only God can give. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Imagine looking back tomorrow wishing you had acted today. Do not let regret replace the miracle that is calling you right now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. Take this final moment and let it sink into your soul. The check is yours. Not just in spirit, but in manifestation. It is unfolding even now. Not because of what you've done, but because of who God is. And He is faithful. Always. There is no mistake in this timing. The weight of your waiting has aligned with the release of this blessing. The burden you carried was not wasted. It built something sacred within you. God saw you holding on when it would have been easier to walk away. He heard the prayers you whispered beneath your breath when the pain was too much to speak out loud. He saw the days you held your heart together with nothing but quiet hope. That kind of endurance is never ignored by heaven. Type Amen if you surrender fully to God's will. You are now being trusted with something holy, something that will change everything, not just for you, but for the people around you. This check will unlock doors you didn't even knock on. It will create pathways where there were once only walls. It will soften hearts that were hardened against you and turn eyes in your direction, not because of fame or fortune, but because of the favor of God resting visibly upon you. There is a sacred light beginning to glow around your life. Not everyone will see it with physical eyes, but their spirit will notice something has changed. They will wonder what happened, what shifted, what opened. And you will know, it was this moment. It was this miracle. It was the hand of God stepping into your story and rewriting every chapter you thought was over. This is not about your past anymore. This is about your promise. The miracle you're receiving now carries restoration in layers. It will reach into places you forgot existed. It will heal things you stopped hoping for. It will bring back to life what you buried beneath disappointment. This is not a surface-level blessing, it is deep, rich, and personal. It is the kind of miracle that turns pain into purpose and silence into songs of joy. You will wake up with a new kind of peace, not because your world is perfect, but because your heart is finally aligned with heaven's plan. There are blessings coming that will feel unfamiliar at first, not because you don't deserve them, but because you're so used to surviving. But this is your new normal. This is what it looks like to walk in divine abundance. Not just wealth, but well-being. Not just provision, but protection. Not just answered prayers, but overflowing peace. You have shifted out of delay. You have stepped into deliverance. God is not just sending help. He is sending wholeness. He is not just giving you provision, He is preparing you to bless others with what you're about to receive. You are not the same person who began the journey. You are wiser, stronger, and more grounded in faith. And now, God can trust you with more, not to keep, but to share, to steward, to multiply through love and generosity. This check holds more than finances. It holds freedom. It holds release from spiritual burdens you never told anyone about. It holds release from generational patterns that followed you through seasons you didn't understand. It holds release from shame that was never yours to carry. God is handing you keys to a new life, not just better circumstances, but a new identity formed in the fire, shaped by grace, and marked with glory. As this miracle rests over you, let your spirit breathe. Let your mind release every fear of losing it. What God gives cannot be taken. This is not a temporary blessing. This is permanent favor. It is wrapped in His promise and sealed with His faithfulness. And even if the world changes tomorrow, what He has given you today will remain. This is your inheritance. This is your portion. This is your moment. You may have spent years feeling overlooked. But God never missed you. He never skipped your name. He never forgot your cries. He was storing every tear, watching every moment, and writing every line of this story with tenderness. What you are receiving now was not earned, it was always promised. It just needed the right time. And that time is now. Let your heart lift with this truth. You are not alone. You are not empty. You are not broken beyond repair. You are loved, you are favored, and you are walking into the season you were born for. What's ahead is brighter than you imagined. And it's already begun. Type 1717 to affirm your life is in God's hands. The atmosphere around you is thick with glory. This is not just a spiritual idea or a poetic thought. It is the real presence of the living God descending gently upon your life, bringing with it the proof of everything He ever whispered to you in prayer. That check does not just represent provision. It represents proof. Proof that you were never forgotten. Proof that your name is still on God's lips. Proof that the God who promised is the God who delivers. There are things beginning to move in your favor right now, things you didn't even pray for, things you forgot to ask for because your heart was too weary. But God never forgot. He has been preparing your miracle while you were still recovering from the pain. And now, the moment has come where preparation becomes manifestation. The veil is being lifted, and what you carried in faith is now being revealed as reality. This blessing will not come loudly. It will come with peace. It will wrap around your life like a sunrise, soft, steady, undeniable. The pressure you felt in your chest for so long will begin to dissolve. The heaviness behind your eyes, the weight in your voice, the tiredness in your steps, it will all begin to lift, not because you worked harder, but because heaven has chosen to visit your life in fullness. God is a multiplier. He does not return to you the same measure you gave. He increases it. He expands it. He breathes on it. The miracle check He's given you does not simply meet your needs, it will exceed them. You are going to see blessings that arrive faster than expected, opportunities that call your name without your effort, and breakthroughs that shake the very foundation of your past pain. You are being restored in ways the world cannot measure. What is happening now is spiritual, but it will become visible. It will reflect in your peace, your relationships, your voice, your clarity. The things that used to keep you awake at night will begin to lose their power. The people who walked away will no longer hold your emotions captive. The thoughts that once drained you will be replaced with ideas filled with hope and grace. This miracle is sacred. And you are being entrusted with it because you have been faithful even when you were fragile. You have loved even when you were hurting. You have continued to speak God's name even when you didn't know if the heavens were listening. But they were. Every whisper, every cry, every prayer was collected, remembered, and now returned, not in the same form, but in multiplied beauty. Let your heart finally rest. The battle is shifting. You no longer need to push or prove. God has seen enough. He has seen your humility. He has seen your willingness to stay kind. He has seen how you carried others even while you were barely standing. And now, He is rewarding you, not with just any blessing, but with one so personalized, so intentional, that no one else could ever receive it the way you will. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. The window is open, but not forever, and every second you wait is wealth slipping from your hands, so grasp it now. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. You may begin to notice a quiet joy returning to your spirit. That's not by accident. That's the first fruit of the miracles settling into your life. The laughter that left your days is coming back. The strength you thought you lost is returning. You will walk lighter, speak softer, and love deeper because this miracle is not just around you, it is inside you now. The season you are entering will not resemble the season you're leaving. There will be signs, small and sacred. They will show up in conversations that heal, in decisions that align with peace, in unexpected moments where the Spirit whispers, "This is what I prepared for you." Pay attention. Stay tender. Keep your heart open. The miracle is alive and moving. Type 1818 to claim miracles and breakthroughs. This is your time. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything is prepared. The heavens are open, the angels are rejoicing, and God is smiling. He is watching as you receive what was always yours. He is not rushing you. He is walking with you. Every step forward is covered in favor. Every moment from now carries blessing. You are not waiting anymore. You are walking in it. The path beneath your feet is sacred, not because it is without pain, but because it is now covered in divine favor. You are not where you used to be. Even if everything around you hasn't changed yet, something deep within you has. And that is the beginning of everything. You are walking in a grace that cannot be earned, only received. This moment is not the result of chance, it is the result of every time you chose faith over fear. Even when you felt nothing. Even when you felt broken. Even when you felt abandoned. Your spirit refused to let go, and now God is rewarding that quiet strength with loud miracles. Heaven does not forget what the heart suffers in silence. This miracle check carries the restoration of all that was lost, not just the obvious things, but the subtle ones too. The confidence that slowly slipped away. The sense of purpose that faded in the shadows. The laughter that once filled the room but hasn't returned in years. God is restoring it all. Not as it was, but better. Stronger. Deeper. Because now, you've seen the storm and survived it. And that makes you ready to carry the blessing without fear. You've been through valleys, but you never bowed to darkness. Even in your lowest moments, something inside you kept reaching toward the light. That was the Spirit of God keeping you alive. Keeping you aligned. And now, that same Spirit is lifting you into a place of peace that will feel unfamiliar at first, but it's real. And it's yours. There's no need to apologize for receiving it. You paid for this peace with years of unseen faith. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself believe that you are allowed to receive. So often, your heart has been in survival mode. But this miracle was not sent to rescue you, it was sent to release you. You are no longer tied to the weight of the past. You are not defined by your mistakes. The check in your hands proves that heaven defines you by promise, not by pain. And that promise is active, right now. You will begin to feel lighter, and it will confuse you at first. You will look for the heaviness that used to sit on your chest, and it will be gone. You'll expect the anxiety to return in moments of quiet, but peace will remain instead. That is the signature of God's miracle settling within your soul. When the outside hasn't yet changed, but the inside has already been restored, that is when you know it's real. This blessing is not just falling on your life, it's flowing through it. It will touch your relationships, your finances, your work, your voice. People around you will sense the shift, even if they can't explain it. Some will be drawn to it. Some may question it. But you must not allow their reactions to change your direction. What God is doing in you is not for their approval. It is for your purpose. And it is for His glory. Type 1919 if you believe healing is yours. Let go of the guilt that tells you you're not ready. Let go of the shame that whispers you're not worthy. You are not receiving this because you are perfect. You are receiving this because you are loved. Perfectly. Eternally. Unconditionally. That kind of love has the power to rewrite destinies. And it is rewriting yours in real time. If you could see what's being written in heaven right now, your tears would fall not from sorrow, but from relief. God is assigning angels to walk with you through every door that opens. He is canceling the noise of every voice that said you were too late, too broken, too far gone. And He is placing your name into spaces that once seemed unreachable. Because when God opens the door, no one can shut it. Your only task now is to remain open. Stay soft. Let God surprise you. Let the blessings come in ways you didn't expect. It won't always look the way you imagined, but it will always feel right. It will carry peace. It will carry stillness. It will carry confirmation. You won't have to force anything. What's meant for you will arrive gently, powerfully, and right on time. This check has already shifted the atmosphere. Things are aligning now. Hidden help is being released. Answers are being sent. Delays are being overturned. And peace is beginning to rise like a steady tide, flooding every part of your life that was once empty. The dry places are being watered. The barren places are starting to bloom. And your soul, tired from so many seasons of waiting, is finally beginning to breathe again. A movement of grace, flowing over every part of your life that has longed for peace, healing, and freedom. You are not the same. You have changed in ways only heaven could orchestrate. And this transformation has been sealed not by man, but by the breath of God Himself. This miracle was never about a number. It was always about a message. A message that says, you matter to God. That your voice was never lost in the noise. That your pain was never overlooked. That your waiting was not in vain. Everything you endured became the soil where this miracle was planted. And now, you are watching it grow into something sacred, something strong, something that will never be taken from you. Amen.